Hey, Shalom everyone. This is Daniela, aka the Copper Colored Powhatan, and I wanted to show you guys something. So, this guy right here, he is part of the Potawatomi tribe, and I want to say that a lot of these tribes, especially out east, man, I've said this before. A lot of these brothers and sisters, the ones who are damn near full blood Aboriginal or they're full blood Aboriginal, they don't like to admit to this, especially the ones that are attached to a tribe. I'm mainly talking about the ones that are attached to a tribe. They know what tribe they come from, all this other stuff. They do not like to address these frauds and these $5 Indians and these indigenous people who are part indigenous, but they're mostly white, or they're like mixed breed. They're like half white, half Aboriginal Negro. You know, they don't like to address these things, and I think the reason why they don't like to address these $5 Indians and also the fact that there were during the 1600s and 1500s, 1400s, and before there were little to no light-skinned Native Americans. I'm talking about Native Americans that look like the stereotypical biracial, half-black, half-white person. Those did not exist. I mean, there were very few of them, because what history does not like to teach us is that Europeans knew about the Americas before 1492. The Europeans, I'm talking about white Europeans, knew about the Americas since the 1200s, since the 13th century. They've known about the Americas, and they did do trade. Very little though. Why? Because especially in the Caribbean and the Eastern Seaboard, the Moorish Empire, which was the powerhouse at the time, they were controlling and regulating anything that came across the Atlantic. So, and then at that time also white Europeans didn't really have access to the Pacific. They were just breaching the Pacific, you know, and getting trade routes established over there. So it was very hard for them to get to the Americas, but some of them did make it over here. Some of them did make it over here. This is why you can find European skeletons here that have been here before colonialization, because there were white people who did try to establish colonies here before then, and they were wiped out and killed. You know what I'm saying? The archaeologists are not lying about the European skeletons that they're finding in eastern parts of the United States. Remember, the Vikings came over here, and the Vikings were a white group of people. Mind you, even at the same time, there were black Vikings, because there were a lot of black people in Europe. There were millions of black people in Europe. They don't like to teach you that also. I mean, but that's more known history than what they teach us over here about that the Americas was populated by black races, so-called black races of people, Negroid looking people. This is why you find Negro people in the Pacific, you know. But the reason why they don't try to claim that the Negroes in the Pacific aren't indigenous there is because they discovered them at a much later time, to where they couldn't flip, and you know, and those people were too ingrained in their culture, you know, for them to try to flip their history, say, oh, these people weren't, they were brought here by slave ships. So this is why they tried to say that they're more related to Asians than they are so-called Negroes of the Americas, because they want to try to detach them from them. Because if they show that we're related to these people in the Pacific, these Negroes in the Pacific, then they would have a lot of explaining to do, and it would help our argument. You know what I'm saying? Us so-called Negroes of the Americas, we are related to the people out there in the Pacific, the Melanesian people. We're related to them. Those are our people. Those are an offshoot of us. Anyways, so a lot of our people, especially the ones who are connected with a tribe, I'm talking about they know their tribe, they associate with their tribe, you know, they may attend tribal meetings, powwows, and all that stuff. They do not like to address that during the 1600s and 1500s and 1400s, there were very little to no light-skinned Native Americans. I'm talking about waffle-colored DJ Envy looking brothers. There were not there were not too many of them walking around because there weren't Europeans here. Yes, when you read the journals and the logs of explorers who came over here, you know, during the 15th century, which would be the 1400s, you know, the 1500s, 1600s, they do describe different skin tones. They do say that, you know, remember they say copper-colored races, which means that there were different looks of people here. You know what I'm saying? But they were not light-skinned. They were not light-skinned at all. You know, you do see people, there were 2 explorers that said that there were white people here, saying that there were white indigenous tribes here. One of them being Columbus. Columbus can't be trusted because he lied a lot. I'm not saying everything that he said was a lie, but he did lie a lot. And a lot of the depictions that they sent back to Europe of the indigenous people here were white people. I mean, like, they actually have drawings of the indigenous people being white people with afros. Like, that doesn't even make sense. So, I don't know too much about that. You know, that's not the same thing as finding bones and shit like that. But anyways, you know, there were no biracial, light-skinned, DJ Envy looking people running around over here in mass. There may have been a few of them, but I can tell you this, with majority of the people over here being dark-skinned, looking like the average so-called African-American, there weren't too many light-skinned ones around, because if one did mix with a white person, more than likely they would marry back into the people and they would breed out that light-skinned color. It happens even with African-Americans today. You know what I'm saying? So, I hate that brothers and sisters don't like to address that, and they still keep this whole African slave trade myth going. I mean, I've seen countless brothers and sisters who are affiliated with tribes saying, you know, that the African slave trade happened. Like, no, it didn't. It didn't happen. It didn't happen to a certain extent. It didn't. And I think a lot of people have to understand that did not happen. But also, they don't like to address these $5 Indians. You know, they don't like to address them at all. And see, this is why we were destroyed as a people. This is why the chief of the Cherokee, I forget his name was John something. This is why he was able, a fucking chief that looked damn near, that was white. He was white. This is why he was able to take over and lead his people away to their destruction on the Trail of Tears. And if I remember correctly, he didn't even go with them. You know what I'm saying? But still, even when that happened, you know, a lot of our people put, you know, we were getting kicked out of tribes because we were letting all these $5 in. We were letting the mixed breeds, you know, gain high leadership. Like, I mean, like, a lot of them became chiefs and stuff like that, and we were kicked out of tribes. So this is why today, with the Choctaw Nation, most of them are light skin, mixed race. Because even with them, their chief, during the time of the Trail of Tears, their chief was a white guy too. He was a very, very light-skinned, damn near white indigenous person. But, you know, our brothers and sisters don't like to address that. Because why? Because most of the brothers and sisters who are associated with tribes, who are part of tribes in the eastern part of the United States, they are all light-skinned themselves. A lot of them don't like to tell the truth. The only person I seen tell the truth was the leader, the chief of I think he was Chickahominy. I believe he was Chickahominy / Potatomic. I forget. It was another tribe that had another name too, but I can't remember. But I can't remember his name right now. But I'm about to pull him up in a second. He's probably the only ones that I seen where he said that his people were rich mahogany, which is a brown. It's a dark brown color. You know, he may not fully came out and said everything, but he's the only one. You know, while you got brothers like Turtle Gang, who have Negroid features, look like a Negro, light-skinned Negro, who don't like to say this shit. They don't like to say, hey, our people used to be black. They try to go along with this perception of what that Native Americans look similar to him. You know what I'm saying? Or the stereotypical Native American. They don't like to preach the truth that, you know, all Negroes, majority of so-called African Americans are indigenous, and they look like us. That our ancestors, the indigenous ancestors, look like us, not light skin, straight hair, all this other shit. No, They don't like to teach that shit. They like to keep the lie perpetuated, you know, with slavery and all this other shit. And they don't like to address these $5 Indians. Why? Because even brothers who are affiliated with a tribe, they're even deceived. They're even still living a lie. You know what I'm saying? They still feel like they're part African. I heard brothers from Turtle Gang, I heard that Washinishi brother, the one with the mohawk and the beard, I've heard him say the same fucking thing about Africans still being over here, and I even heard Tasha C say that. There was this elder that Turtle Gang had on their fucking video saying the same damn thing. I'm like, y'all guys are still buying the fucking lie. You guys are supposed to be bucking against the system, and y'all still buying into the lie when there's no proof, no history to show what the fuck y'all talking about with this African slave trade. Even Africans, even fucking African scholars and professors, historians are saying that we are Aboriginal people, that we did not come from Africa. I saw that video with Sinetta. He got his feelings hurt when that damn historian, that scholar, told him that we were not Africans, that we were actually the Aboriginal people of the Americas. He was hurt. He was hurt. Then he started saying, "You know how crazy you sound." I was crying. But they know who we are. I see Africans from Ghana and other places, Nigeria and stuff like that, saying that, yo, okay, yeah, you guys are indigenous people. So, y'all indigenous people to the Americas, so what's your problem? All this other shit. Sometimes they be hating and stuff, but it's no animosity against your Africans at all. We don't hate you guys. We're not the same people. You know what I'm saying? We are melanated people, but y'all are aboriginals of your countries and your lands over there. We are aboriginals of our lands over here, but we've been lied to. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, our brothers and sisters who know who they are and are affiliated with tribes, they don't like to address shit like this. Why? Because they feel like they're part African. They feel like they're outsiders. I heard the brother from Turtle Gang say that, you know, I sensed his insecurity when he was talking about, like, even some of us aren't even full blood. Get the fuck, yeah, you're not full blood, not because of your blackness, because he was making, he actually, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was making it seem like he wasn't full blood because he said he had part African in him. Like, really? Your black side is your African side? Okay, all right. So they feel like they're even being lied to, believing that whole African slave trade myth, that they even feel like they're being granted special permissions to be claiming Native American because they believe that they have African heritage also. So they feel special. They feel like special Negroes, and they still perpetuate that lie. And they feel like since they're being granted special access, that they have to tread lightly with this shit too, because they don't want to be called frauds and fakes and all this shit, that you're not really Native American, that you're African. Now look at this. This dude is white. He looked like his European ancestors, his forefathers. Not one of them are Native American. His forefathers. He looked just like his fucking white forefathers. Look at this guy. What do you think he felt on his census paper or on his application? White. Look at this. These are full-blown white people. I'm about to go to another one. This is sickening, y'all. And these people are part of the Potawatomi tribe. Y'all see this shit? Y'all see this? This is something. This is sick, y'all. Yo, these people are sick. I mean, look at this shit. This shit is sick, y'all. Our people don't like to address it. You got full-blown white people, these $5 Indians, and I believe that these people, I'm not sure, but I believe they got like federally recognized or some shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. That shit is sick, y'all. I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm sick, man. Oh my god, look at this shit. Now this white dude, he probably says, I got a Native American nose. No, the fuck you don't. You got a white person's nose. You have a white person's nose, man. Because, you know, supposedly the stereotypical Native American nose is the big hook nose. That's not true. That's actually something that our brothers and sisters got from their Mongoloid sides, and even some of them even got from the European sides. But yeah, look at this. These are full-blown white people. I mean, I'm sick, y'all. This shit is making me sick. Look at this shit. Look at this. Now, I don't have the audio on. You guys can check this shit out for yourself, but I got the audio on. I mean, off. Look at this. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me, guys? See, they have $5 Indian ancestors. Ones that signed up to be Indian so they can get fucking land and shit like that. And they truly believe that they're descended from us, but they're not. White feathered. Yeah, you white, alright. You're a white devil. That's what it should be. But this is sick, y'all. This is sick. Look here on this page. Look at this shit. Look at this. Oh my god, man. Even this bastard right here claiming to be us. Look at these white fucks, man. Okay, they earn state recognition. These fuckers earn state recognition, man. I mean, but this shit is sick, man. It's called nativevillage.org. You can check it out. But look at these white people. These white people really sitting here. I mean, they don't even look indigenous. They look like cavemen. That's what the fuck they look. They look like cavemen. Man, I'm sick, y'all. But anyways, I got shit to do, so I will talk to you guys later. You guys take care. Peace out and shalom.